As we start the 4th of July, oh, as we start the 4th of July weekend, as you can see, the flags are coming out. So it's not just the realtors that are being patriotic. You can see flags showing up in households even the day before the 4th of July. So here's to the 4th. Have a great weekend. So this is Not a Spring Chick with Oldecam for comments on the headlines of today. Oil prices soared a new record above $144 on supply concerns.
Actually, it briefly hit 166 and settled right below 145, which there's no supply problem, no matter what they say.
It's closer to the $200 a barrel than...
That's right. It's getting closer every day towards it.
Explosions rock arms storage complex near Bulgarian capital.
Yeah, all over the world, people are trying to take advantage of the situation to seize power from their countries.
Airplane with 3 rescued U.S. hostages lands in Texas.
You know, I am very skeptical about people being kept hostage for 5 years and that no gunshots were fired to free them either. I mean, probably somebody paid a ransom, and 2, they probably knew the people that were holding them.
U.S. presses Security Council to punish Zimbabwe's Mugabe.
The Security Council is a joke.
That's why they pay so much attention to it.
That's right.
Missing 12-year-old girl's body found, Vermont police say.
Yeah, and they said they may go after the death penalty, but in Vermont they have a tendency to release sex offenders back onto the streets.
They do? That's
right. I mean, the guy they charged is a sex offender, and people didn't even know it because they don't really care about notification laws either in Vermont.
Wow, I guess you don't want to be there. George Washington's boyhood home found by archaeologists.
I mean, I'd like to know how they knew it was his boyhood home. That's the big thing.
Although they said there were 8 bedrooms in it.
No, but basically they're just looking at the empty ground is what I mean.
Oh, is that?
How do they know that spot was his home?
Oh, they didn't actually find the home?
No, they found where it was at.
Oh, well.
That's what an archaeologist does. You know, he digs into the sand and finds things.
Well, I guess that's the beginning is where it was. McCain aide takes over day-to-day campaign duties.
Well, because they're getting unhappy about the fact that McCain is running a very low-key campaign, and they want somebody in charge that can go out there and run it professionally.
Yeah, but it seems to be working for him.
I know, but the Republican National Committee doesn't like it, though.
Oh, entire town of Big Sur, California, evacuated for fire.
Yeah, fire's probably going to sweep over it, no matter what.
Ooh.
You know, their firemen are falling back everywhere. Fires are consolidating. It went from, I think, 25 to 27 to 36 fires are consolidated now.
Ouch. Bush says U.S. to send more troops to Afghanistan.
Yeah, if they send more to Afghanistan, it means they're coming out of Iraq.
Which still means you have troops out there.
That's right. Well, the Democrats will pull them out of Afghanistan, too. We know that.
Fire danger, economic woes, cancel fireworks shows.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, okay, you could have a fireworks show here. You're not going to burn anything, but most people have fireworks shows inside the city. Not a good time anymore, you know, in a drought season to have fireworks.
Report, Microsoft seeks help for another Yahoo bid.
Yeah, basically, this will happen this time because they're looking at Warner's and other companies. Warner's wants parts of Yahoo for their business. Microsoft just wants a search engine site, so it looks like Jerry Yang's company
is going to get pieced
out.
Could
have been kept intact, and now it's going to be parted out.
Oh, that's sad. I'm liking my email.
That's because he was stupid.
Scientists, watermelon yields Viagra-like effects.
You know, basically, if that was true, every guy in the world would be eating watermelon, so you know it's not true.
Well, maybe watermelon sales will go up now. I wonder who funded that survey.
You know why they say watermelon? Because basically this was totally an absolute racist survey because Afro-Americans are known to eat a lot of watermelon, and what are Afro-Americans known as?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a racist statement.
That's a racist statement?
Basically.
Watermelon?
Yeah. It's just like...
Who would ever thought that?
You know, it was maybe an unintended, but it's definitely a racist statement.
Oh, salacious details launch Brinkley divorce trial.
Yeah, I mean, they figured that she was so pissed at her husband, she's got an open divorce hearing, and basically they're eating her up in it.
I still can't believe they're having an open divorce hearing.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
Hers.
Oh,
Against
gosh.
the advice of lawyers.
That's one of the times you really should have listened to the attorney.
That's right.
Obama, service to be a cornerstone of presidency.
Basically, he says, I love this statement, all Americans want to do service, to other people. No, they don't. Most Americans don't give a rat's, what, about anybody else. That's why we're Americans. I mean, we're right underneath the French.
Movie productions keep rolling despite uncertainty.
No, they're not. They're talking about film permits. There's a different, getting a film permit to make a movie is like saying, housing starts are up. No, they just got permits.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Palestinian goes on rampage in Jerusalem, 3 killed.
Which is why they really don't trust Muslims in Israel.
AP interview, Iran envoy dismisses attack threat.
Yeah, because they said that we control all the cards and no one would dare attack us.
Yeah.
They've already been told they shut the Straits of Hormuz off. They're going to attack Iran. We're talking a whole cruddy world.
RNC to run its first ad of presidential campaign.
Because the funny part about it is the Republican presidential campaign actually has more money than Barack Obama's campaign does.
It also spends it a lot slower.
That's right.
Bipartisanship marks McCain's Senate tenure.
Well, yeah, because, he's a middle-of-the-road person, and he joins with other moderates, the Democratic Party, and they try to put things together.
McCain denies roughing up Sandinista.
I know. I mean, the guy that made the statement he's basically a supporter of anybody else but McCain for president.
Ah.
And I do mean anybody else but McCain for president.
Oh, Mars lander's next bake test could be its last.
Yeah. So much for that expensive coin.
Massachusetts lobstermen promote practices as well safe.
Not. You go watch public. No, watch the History Channel or the Discovery Channel, and you'll see how safe those things are. They promote them as some of the most dangerous and unsafe professions in the world.
Future shock, heat wave, temperatures to soar.
Well, yeah, that's good. It's not going backwards.
And as you notice, we still have some cloud fog cover out here. Space probes show solar system dented, not round.
That round thing was designed by
what
people.
In the world?
Hundreds of years ago they designed that thing when they were guessing that everything was elliptical.
Study says many dial-up users don't want broadband.
They can't afford it.
Ah, that's a good reason. It is cheap. I mean, it's not cheap.
That's right. That study sort of runs in the face of the CES telling us that the majority of the people in this nation have broadband. Houses.
Well, maybe the house is mine.
Houses are different than people. You can have, you can say, 60 million people have broadband, but maybe those 60 million people are in 10 million houses.
Adobe releases tools to improve flash video search.
Yeah, it basically just works with Google at the moment, naturally. And it won't do Google, YouTube, or anything like that.
Microsoft to sell Office OneCare for $70 a year.
Like, why would anybody want to buy OneCare to begin with? An Office generally comes with every computer put out there.
Yeah, but just for a trial version.
Yeah, and then you could pick up the
full version. That would be good, though. I mean, that's probably a miniature version. Police, that's because they're trying to sell more OneCare.
That's right.
Police want you to fight crime with text messages.
Yeah, basically they want you to spend your money.
Kroger expands ground beef recall.
Yeah, I know. It's basically more. I mean, doesn't anybody, remember the great Sinclair book about the Chicago meat scandals? I mean, we've got it all over again in this century.
First floods, now pesky mosquitoes for the Midwest.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with water.
FDA panel urges more testing for diabetes drugs.
They should have had more testing to begin with.
A Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Well, if you don't look, you never see.